They say every Halloween legend begins with a whisper, a superstition half believed, half feared. But in the 1800s, those whispers ruled entire villages. Before we explore the spooky myths, subscribe to our channel to support us in this creepy adventure. This was a time before candy, before costumes, when Halloween wasn't just a night of fun, it was a night of warnings. The veil between worlds was thinner, they said, and the living were expected to tread lightly. Tonight, we're uncovering 10 myths so strange, so unsettling, that even the bravest souls of the 19th century dared not test them. At number 10, the Devil's Bonfire. Long before the pumpkin glow, bonfires lit the hills of Ireland and Scotland. Villagers believed these flames kept the devil's wandering spirits away. But the darker truth? Each fire was said to demand an offering, a crop, an animal, sometimes even a lock of hair, to keep misfortune from crossing your threshold. Travelers who passed by without stopping to bow risked carrying the devil's scent home with them. In the rural American Midwest, immigrants kept this custom alive, calling it fire to guard the soul. Number 9, the Changelings. In dim candlelight, parents once watched their babies for signs they'd been swapped. Folklore said the Fae were jealous of human beauty, especially the innocence of infants. A child who stopped smiling, who stared at corners or cried endlessly, was sometimes believed to be no longer human. Old remedies bordered on cruelty, placing the baby near smoke, iron, or church bells, drive out the imposter. It's a chilling reminder of how fear and love can twist, together in superstition's grip. Number 8, the Black Coach. Before the automobile, there was the legend of the Coast Badar, the death coach. They said you'd hear it before you saw it. Wheels grinding against unseen gravel, drawn by ghostly horses and driven by a headless man. Those who glimpsed it would die within days. The myth migrated to America with Irish immigrants, transforming into tales of a spectral carriage seen on lonely October roads. Lanterns swinging, ready to collect lost souls. Number 7, the will of the wisps. To farmers and travelers crossing the marshes, flickering blue lights weren't fireflies. They were spirits, lost souls luring you off the safe path. Science would later name them gases, but back then, people called them corpse candles. Entire families vanished chasing those lights. One 1830s diary from the Scottish Highlands describes them as dancing, laughing things, children of death's breath. You followed them only once. Number 6, the Banshee's Cry. No sound chilled an Irish, home like the keening wail that came before death. Every family believed they had a banshee, a mourning spirit who warned them when someone would soon pass. In the 19th century, these cries were sometimes reported in early American newspapers, especially in Boston and New York's Irish neighborhoods. People swore they heard the voice of grief itself echoing down brick alleys. Number 5, the Ghost Bread Ritual. A forgotten Halloween practice, soul cakes and ghost bread were baked and left on windowsills for wandering spirits. Every crumb symbolized a prayer for the dead. Refusing to give a beggar one on All Hallows' Eve was believed to bring curses or illness. Over time, this custom transformed from food for ghosts into candy for trick-or-treaters. A small mercy born from superstition. Number 4, the mirror game. Victorian girls played it in secret. Stand before a dark mirror at midnight, candle in hand, and you'd see the face of your future husband. Or the Grim Reaper, if your days were short. Hundreds of 19th century parlor diaries mention this love divination, but some swore mirrors could trap what they revealed. Afterward, mirrors were covered with sheets for days, just in case something looked back. Number 3, the corpse roads. In rural Britain and early America, certain paths were said to belong only to the dead. Coffins followed these tracks from church to graveyard, and walking them for leisure was taboo. They were believed to be spiritual highways. You could cross one, but never linger. Ghost lights, sudden chills, and whispers of names were reported by those foolish enough to test the boundary. Number 2, the devil's familiar. Black cats, toads, and ravens weren't just bad omens. They were believed to be servants of witches, fed by blood, watching for windowsills. During the 1800s rural witch panics, even educated men claimed to see them vanish into smoke. Some preachers warned that feeding a stray cat on Halloween opened your soul to the devil's debt. Yet, ironically, these same animals became beloved Halloween icons, their superstitions softened by time. And finally, number 1, the Silent Supper. It was said that if you ate in silence by candlelight on Halloween night, a full meal, no words, no laughter, the spirits of your ancestors would appear and dine beside you. For centuries, this ritual honored the dead, not feared them. But in the 1800s, as cities modernized and spiritualism grew, seances replaced suppers. Still, a few letters from the 1890s describe homes where empty chairs were set, bread and salt offered, and candles burned down to nothing. What's haunting about these myths isn't just their creepiness, it's how quickly they vanished. They were born from fear of the unknown, but also from love. Love for family, for those who'd passed, for the idea that the living and dead could share one night in peace. So the next time you see a carved pumpkin or hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, remember, you're participating in something much older than you think. A ritual of remembrance that once danced with shadows, whispered with ghosts, and glowed faintly under a harvest moon. The Halloween we know today may sparkle with lights and laughter, but beneath it lies the echo of these 10 forgotten myths, the ones that made October 31st a night the 1800s never dared forget.